Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Sunday, November 5th, and we have just finished an entire series about the armor of God, getting ourselves prepared for battle. So we've got a lot of information. We've got ourselves battled ready. What is next? Well, one of the first rules of warfare is to know your enemy. And that's what we're going to be learning about in this next series. Now, one of the most important things to understand in spiritual warfare is, yes, our enemy is Satan, and yes, there's demons, and all of those things are there, and that's what we're battling against. We're battling against those forces of evil. But one of the best strategies we have to avoid falling into those schemes, falling into those tactics and manipulations that Satan throws at us, is to keep our eyes focused on Jesus. When we do that, we are even more battle ready, and we are actively engaging in that battle because we're saying, no, I'm not going to turn to the left. I'm not going to turn to the right. I'm going to move straight forward into Jesus's arms. I'm not going to let anything distract me from my walk with Christ. I'm going to keep that prayer closet time. I'm going to keep that time in the Word. I'm going to remember the importance of fellowship with other believers. I am going to stay focused on Christ, and He is going to be the center of my life. When we do that, we kick some we kick Satan right in the teeth when we stay focused on Christ. So what does the Bible say about that? Well, in Hebrews 12, starting in verse 1, it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles." So we're throwing off all those things that Satan's trying to throw at us to move our focus off of Jesus Christ. What are we doing instead? "And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." How do we run this race? And then we get the answer. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, who is the pioneer and perfecter of faith. When we fix our eyes on Jesus, we are running that race and we are winning. We've got to remember how essential that is. "For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart." Remember how much Christ did for you. That's essential. And then as we move to Colossians chapter 3, it says, "If then you have been raised with Christ," that means you've raised up into this new life, you're no longer spiritually dead, you've become alive in Christ, "seek the things that are above, where Christ is. Seek the things that are of God, seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on earth." Keep in mind, the things that are on earth are the tactics that Satan uses to try and distract you from Christ. "For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory." We have got to remember that our prize, our faith, everything revolves around Jesus Christ and his work on the cross and his resurrection from the dead. Don't let anything distract you from the fact that you gave your life to Christ and you are living to glorify him. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.